pigment does not develop in the skin, hair and eyes. The albino allele is recessive. What are the chances of albino parents having a normal child? 0% 14. In some animals, B is the allele for normal skin, without spots, and B is the allele for spotted skin. A pair of these animals has 37 offspring, 18 with spots and 19 without. What are the most likely genotypes of the parents? BBXBB. 15. What is always found in female gametes and may be found in male gametes? 1X chromosome 16. Which sex chromosomes are present in all mature human sperm cells? Either X or Y chromosome 17. In pea plants, the allele for tall stems is dominant to the allele for short stems. A heterozygous tall plant is crossed with the short plant, and 100 offspring are produced. How many of the offspring are likely to be tall? 50-18. The nucleus in a body cell of a fly contains 12 chromosomes. How many chromosomes are there in the nucleus of a sperm from this fly? 6-19. A man has 3 sons. What is the chance of his next child being a son? 50% 20. How does a haploid nucleus differ from a diploid nucleus of the same species? It has fewer chromosomes. 21. A human cell contains a length of DNA that carries the code for making which substance? Lipase 22. In cats, the allele for short hair is dominant to the allele for long hair. A short-haired cat gives birth to 5 kittens. 2 of them have long hair. Which statement must be correct? The female cat is heterozygous. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M, Rashid Chatter 030046100457. 23. Cystic fibrosis is an inherited disease that occurs when an individual is homozygous for a recessive allele. If parents are both heterozygous for this characteristic, what is the probability that their first child will have cystic fibrosis? 25% 24. What determines the sex of a baby? The father's chromosomes. 25. Albinism in human is caused by a recessive allele. Parents who do not suffer from the condition produce an albino child. What is the probability that their second child will be born albino? 25% 26. A cell with 16 chromosomes divides twice by mitosis. How many chromosomes does each of the resulting cells contain? 1627. A man of genotype IA-IO and woman of genotype IB-IO have a child. What is the chance that the child will have the same blood group as one of its parents? 1 in 228. Which statement is true of both chromosomes and genes? Each may be copied and passed on in mitosis. 29. Genetics is the study of mechanisms of inheritance. 30. A genetic cross between 2 organisms may be shown as GGXGG. What does G represent? A recessive allele 31. Dianthus flowers can be one of 3 different colors, red, pink or white. A red flower is always homozygous and a white flower is always homozygous. Pink flowers are heterozygous. If a red and a white flower are crossed, what percentage of the offspring will be pink? 100% 32. Some features of cell division are listed. 1. Haploid cells are produced. 2. New cells are genetically identical. 3. Reduction division 4 results in variation. Which features would be associated with meiosis? 1, 3, and 433. Which statement about the human sex chromosomes is correct? Everybody has at least one X chromosome. 34. Which results from meiosis of a diploid cell? Genetically identical diploid cells 35. What will be the genotypes of the offspring resulting from a genetic cross between 2 individuals, one of which is homozygous dominant, TT, and the other heterozygous? 50% TT, 50% TT36. What are alleles? Different versions of the same gene. 37. Which statement about the sex chromosomes is correct? Men and women can inherit characteristics from genes carried on the X chromosome. 38. In the inheritance of ABO blood groups, when two parents have the genotypes IAIA and IAIO, what is the blood group of their offspring? Group A. 39. Which structure in plant cells build protein molecules under the control of the nucleus? Ribosomes. 40. What is the inheritance of color blindness an example of? Sex linkage. 41. The phenotype of an organism is its observable features. 42. Color blindness is a condition that occurs more frequently in men than in women. Which statement about this condition is correct? It is a sex-linked characteristic. 43. In some mammals the allele for brown coat color is dominant to the allele for white coat color. Which percentage of offspring will be white if a cross is made between two heterozygous mammals? 25%. 44. Which term is defined as a length of DNA that codes for a protein? Gene. 45. Cell X contains 16 chromosomes. It divides by meiosis. How many chromosomes do each of the new cells contain? 846. Cell division by meiosis of a parent cell with 23 pairs of chromosomes will result in 4 cells, each with 23 single chromosomes. 47. In some plants, H is the dominant allele for hairy stems and H is the recessive allele for smooth stems. A pair of these plants produce 37 offspring, 18 with hairy stems and 19 with smooth stems. What are the most likely genotypes of the parents? HHXHH. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M, Rashid Chatha 030046100457. 48. A pure-breeding white rat crossed with a pure-breeding black rat. All their offspring were black. One of the offspring was bred with a pure-breeding white rat. What is the most likely percentage of black rats in the offspring? 50-49. Which of these cells is haploid? Sperm cell. 50. What is a feature of self-pollination? Pollen grains are transferred from the anther of a flower to the stigma of a flower on a different plant. 51. What is true of chromosomes present in the daughter nuclei after meiosis and mitosis? Meiosis, mitosis, non-identical, identical. 52. What are the chromosomes for the two sexes in human beings? Female, male. 20xy. 53. A plant has two different alleles of a gene resulting in it having a green seed. Which row describes the phenotype and genotype of the seeds of this plant? Phenotype, genotype, green, heterozygous. 54. What are the sex chromosomes for human females and males? Female, male. 20xy. 55. What are correct descriptions of mitosis and meiosis? Mitosis, meiosis involved in asexual reproduction halves the chromosome number. 56. What happens to the chromosome number after meiosis and after mitosis? Meiosis, mitosis. Halved stays the same. 57. What happens in mitosis? Genetically identical cells produced chromosome number is halved. X. 58. Which type of reproduction and which type of cell division produces nuclei with half the number of chromosomes? Type of reproduction, type of cell division, sexual meiosis. 59. Which sex chromosomes in the egg and the sperm will produce a male child? Sex chromosomes in egg, sex chromosomes in sperm. X, Y. 60. What describes the nuclei in human reproduction? Egg, sperm, zygote, haploid, haploid, diploid. 61. One parent has blood group A and the other parent has blood group B. Their first child has blood group O. What are the possible blood groups of their next child? IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M, Rashid Chatha 030046100457. Group A, Group B, Group A, B, Group O. 62. Which row correctly shows whether the nuclei of the cells are diploid or haploid? Body cells, diploid, gametes, haploid, zygote, diploid. 63. Which hormone is given to women undergoing fertility treatment? FSH. 64. Acrosome at the head of a sperm cell? It is involved in the digestion of the ovum cell membrane. 65. What is a mutation? A change in a gene 66. A pure-breeding white rat was crossed with a pure-breeding black rat. All their offspring were black. One of the offspring was bred with a pure-breeding white rat. What is the most likely percentage of black rats in the offspring? 50%. 67. Which statement about the sex chromosomes is correct? Men and women can inherit characteristics from genes carried on the X chromosome. 68. In some mammals the allele for brown coat color is dominant to the allele for white coat color. Which percentage of offspring will be white if a cross is made between two heterozygous mammals? 25%. 69. The list shows the diploid number of chromosomes of 4 organisms. 8 fruit flies, 46 human, 48 potato and 14 garden pea. What is the correct chromosome number of a male sex cell in each of these organisms? Fruit fly, 4, human, 23, potato, 24, garden pea, 770. An alligator has 32 chromosomes in each of the cells of its nose. How many chromosomes will an alligator zygote contain? 3271. Dianthus flowers can be one of 3 different colors, red, pink or white. A red flower is always homozygous and a white flower is always homozygous. Pink flowers are heterozygous. If a red and a white flower are crossed, what percentage of the offspring will be pink? 100%. 72. Cell division by meiosis of a parent cell with 23 pairs of chromosomes will result in 4 cells, each with 23 single chromosomes. 73. Which human phenotype is affected by environmental and genetic factors? Body size 74. A man of genotype IA-IO and woman of genotype IB-IO have a child. What is the chance that the child will have the same blood group as one of its parents? 1 in 2. 75. A man of genotype IA-IB and woman of genotype IB-IO have a child. What is the chance that the child will have the same blood group as one of its parents? 3 in 176. A cell with 16 chromosomes divides twice by mitosis. How many chromosomes does each of the resulting cells contain? 1677. Cystic fibrosis is an inherited disease. The allele for cystic fibrosis is recessive. A woman is heterozygous and her partner is homozygous dominant. What is true of any children they produce? There is a 1 in 2 chance to being heterozygous. 78. Cell X contains 16 chromosomes. It divides by meiosis. How many chromosomes do each of the new cells contain? 879. Which statement about blood groups in humans is correct? They are determined only by genes. 80. What is the role of mRNA? Carries a copy of the gene out of the nucleus. 81. A man marries a woman who has a different blood group from him. They have 2 children. The children have different blood groups from each other and different blood groups from their parents. What are the genotypes of the parents' blood groups? IA, IB and IO. 82. Which name is given to different versions of a gene? Allele 83. Which feature of meiosis ensures that the zygote haploid gametes are formed? 84. What is the correct definition of a gene mutation? A change in the base sequence of DNA. 85. What happens as a result of meiosis? Haploid cells are produced. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046104457. 86. The statements describe how a protein is made. 1. mRNA passes through a ribosome. 2. mRNA molecules carry a copy of the gene to the cytoplasm. 3. The gene